Hello and welcome. Today we're going to prove that the derivative of sinus x is equal to cos x. So how are we going to prove this? We're going to use the definition of derivative. So we have our definition f prime x equal to limit delta x approaching 0 fx plus delta x minus fx over delta x. We know that we want to derive this function fx equals sin x. But how about fx plus delta x? Well, if our argument in function f is x, then our argument in function sin is x. Therefore, if our argument in function f is x plus delta x, then our argument in function sin is x plus delta x. Now we know both of these, we can write this as f prime x equal to limit delta x approaching 0 sinus x plus delta x minus sinus x over delta x. Now we move into our next step. We know that sinus a minus sinus b equal 2 times cos half of a plus b times sin half of a minus b. So we know that x plus delta x is our a, colored as blue, and x is our b, colored as red. So we can write f prime x equal limit delta x approaching 0 2 times cosine half of x plus delta x plus x times sinus half of x plus delta x minus x over delta x. Now we're just gonna operate this expression inside both of these parentheses. So we have f prime x equal limit delta x approaching 0 2 times cosine half of 2x plus delta x times sinus half of delta x over delta x. Now we're going to multiply both of these half into both of our parentheses. F prime x equal limit delta x approaching 0 2 times cosine x plus half of delta x times sinus half of delta x over delta x. Then we are gonna separate this form, so we're gonna have two function that is multiplied. Now we have f prime x equal limit delta x approaching 0, and our first function is 2 times cosine x plus half of delta x multiplied by our second function that is sinus half of delta x over delta x. We also knew that limit x approaching a fx multiplied by gx equal limit x approaching a fx multiplied by limit x approaching a gx. So the limit can get into both of these function multiplication. Therefore, we have f prime x equal limit delta x approaching 0 to cosine x plus half of delta x times limit delta x approaching 0 sinus half of delta x over delta x. So our limit is just get into both of these functions. Now we're gonna compute the limit of our first function by doing direct substitution where delta x equals 0. So we have 2 times cosine x plus half of 0, which is just 0, so we can cancel this. So now we have 2 times cosine x But how about the limit of our second function? Well, we know that limit x approaching 0 sinus ax over bx is just a over b. So I'm gonna change the color of our a and b. So our a is half, that is colored as blue, and our b is 1, colored as red. So the limit of our second function is half over 1, or just half. So we have 2 cosine x times half. The 2 cancel out, so we have our final answer f prime x equal to cosine x. Now we have shown that the derivative of the function sinus x is cos x. I hope you guys find it helpful, and I'll see you next time.